Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the FundMatch tutorial on in-store demos and promotional events. I'm Diana Buswell, I know all of you, and I am the FundMatch liaison, your presenter today. It's so great to see all of you. The event is recorded and will be uploaded to the WSATA website for your reference. Please put your questions in the chat and I'll answer them after the presentation. Our presentation will take about 20 minutes today. And with that, let's get started. As previously stated, today's International Activity In-Store Demonstration and Promotional Event FundMatch tutorial will be on the next few slides. Our agenda is a WSATA review, the FundMatch process, activity requirements, demos, and promotional events, claim submission, and wrap-up. We are the Western United States Agricultural Trade Association. We are a nonprofit trade association with over 40 years of exporting focus, with a global network of resources, partners, and advocates with the USDA and the Foreign Agricultural Service. Our FundMatch program is funded by the USDA's Market Access Program, or MAP. Our WSATA mission and vision is to increase international growth of Western agribusinesses by providing financial support, export readiness, and business development services. Our vision for 2033 is Western agribusinesses thrive in world markets. WSATA serves the members of the Western United States that are listed here, as well as Guam and the Northern Mariana Islands. The next few slides focus on the FundMatch program, some of the guidelines and requirements. Our guidelines and regulations are set by the USDA and the Foreign Agricultural Service. To qualify for FundMatch, you must be headquartered in the Western US region. You must be a small to medium agribusiness. Products are at least 50% grown in the US and operating business of 1 year. The FundMatch process generally begins with a FundMatch consultation. There's kind of 2 steps to the FundMatch process. The first is application and contracting, and the second piece is when you actually submit a claim for expenses and reimbursement. In the consultation, I go over the program and the opportunities that are within FundMatch. To submit your claim, you sign on to your application online at your WSATA dashboard. Complete the online process. It costs a $250 application fee. Once that's submitted, it goes into review for allocation to the FundMatch manager, and you'll receive a contract that needs to be signed, and you'll also receive an invoice for 6% of your admin fee. At that point, once you're all finalized, you're able to conduct your activities. After your activities are done, you'll compile your required documentation to submit your claim online at your WSATA website or dashboard. Once we've received the claim, WSATA will review it. If additional documentation is needed, they'll request it, it gets processed, and then the funds are dispersed to the company. This page is page 6 of the FundMatch guide, and it states the regulation for the origin statement, which is the cornerstone of MAP funding and the FundMatch program. Companies must display and promote the U.S. origin statement in all activities, as well as their product labeling. This slide details the allowable origin statements and what is required in wording and statements. Please be aware that in your planned activities, the origin statement and your brand promotion must be visible and present. Any questions you ever have regarding origin statement, placement of it, please feel free to email me or call, and I can guide you through the process. As you can see, product of the USA, product of America, grown in the USA, grown in America, made in the USA. Or if you go by your state, product of California, note that the state names need to be completely spelled out, and those are under the eligible column. The next piece of your application process will be establishing your product eligibility. Your products must be at least 50% grown by weight, exclusive of water and packaging. They must be agricultural based, grown, farmed, fished, or forested in the US. You must maintain brand ownership, and the US origin statement, of course, must be present in your international activities. Another piece that I always like to cover whenever there's any activities that you're doing is that prorating and reimbursement and the product list requirement. Generally, that's required in all of our activities. All activities must include approved products from your current FundMatch application. If you market other brands or products that are not approved, the activity will be prorated. This regulation applies to trade shows, missions, displays, demos, all activities for International FundMatch. Now, for an example, say your company exhibits at a trade show. You have 4 approved products in the booth, but you also market maybe 2 new products that you're test marketing, and you have not qualified them with FundMatch. The entire claim would be prorated at approximately 67%. Based on your approved products, and then reimbursed at 50%. So instead of getting the $2,500 of 50% of $5,000, you would get 67%, which is 50% of $3,350, which equals $1,675. So that can result in some prorating, and it's important for you to be aware of that. If you need to add new products for approval prior to your events or activities, sign into your FundMatch application, select products, add a new product, upload the label and origin statement, and complete the submission. And it'll take a few days for the FundMatch manager to review it and get back to you. And keep an eye out for your email confirmation. Now let's get to our topic of in-store demos and promotional events. These are the eligible expenses and ineligible expenses for in-store demos. Eligible expenses include your temporary wages for your demonstrators, your chefs, interpreters, translators, if you have a host or a hostess. Temporary labor fees must be expressed as a rate per hour. You will supply the schedule that they worked, and it has an 8-hour maximum. Hourly reimbursement may not exceed the maximum rate of the designated federal pay scale, which you can look this up online. And I think it's around $75 an hour, but there may be a few pennies there that I've missed. Demonstration supplies, disposable cups, spoons, napkins, those are eligible, as well as food purchased to enhance your product. Equipment rentals, rental of hot plates, toasters, chairs. Rented demonstration or stand space. Freight costs to transport product samples, your materials, and equipment to the demonstration location. Management and supervision fees. Promotional materials that promote the brand name and valid U.S. origin statement. Uniforms that promote the brand name and valid U.S. origin statement. And that would be like on your aprons, t-shirts, or caps. And promotional events such as wine tastings. Now, some of the ineligible expenses are activities or materials that do not promote the brand name or have a U.S. origin statement. That's generally the #1 reason why an activity is ineligible. Employee wages, foreign distributor employee wages or travel expenses, independent contractor travel costs and meals, demonstrator wages for an employee of your company or your foreign distributor's company. That kind of repeats from the previous two. Transportation, meals, wages, over 8 hours, overtime, bonuses, and sales commissions are ineligible. Training fees, purchase of non-disposable supplies such as bowls, equipment, appliances, hard appliances that you may order or purchase. Freight for a product order. Expenses for custom booth displays that are constructed of permanent materials or having a useful life of over 1 year. Cost of your product used in the demonstration and promotion. This comes up quite a bit. Promotional activity tied to a product purchase or a product associated with a coupon or price reduction. Customer loyalty programs that offer coupons for your products specifically, and customer research and market analysis fees. Now, when your in-store demonstration campaign is completed, you'll have to gather your claim documentation together to submit online. For in-store demonstrations, you'll need an invoice, your proof of payment, a list of the products demonstrated and promoted. Your invoice would include the dates and hours and the store locations of the demonstration or promotion. A photo of each demo location per demo block. Must display your brand name and U.S. origin statement. A demonstration report for each demo performed and a written verification from the store confirming the demo event. I kind of want to go back a little bit to this origin statement. It says here in a manner easily observed and readable. That's kind of there because if your product is on the demo stand and it has an origin statement on your product, that does not meet the requirement for an origin statement. It must be separate, and I'll show you a diagram of that and what it should look like. The photos must include the hired demonstrator or temporary labor. For promotional events, they're a little bit different than in-store demos, but they require much of the same thing. An invoice, a proof of payment, list of the products exhibited. You'll also have to provide a list of customers or folks that were invited to the event. Dates, hours, and location of the event. Photos showing the customers, the products, the temporary labor, banners. And as always, it must display your brand name and U.S. origin statement. And I've included kind of a diagram of, what it should look like when displaying your origin statement and your brand promotion. Now, when you return from your demo campaign and it's concluded, you may submit a claim online for your expenses. And how you do that is you go out to your WSATA dashboard, you select FundMatch program and claims, and then start claim, that little orange button, and you will upload the documents, hopefully that you have already onto your desktop. I would suggest to make sure to upload your invoices, your photos, each one of your expenses, and your proof of payment prior to going out to submit your claim online. It'll just make it a little bit easier. Now, the claims process timeline, the company or participant submits the reimbursement claim online within 60 days after the completion of the activity or campaign. WSATA receives the claim electronically and will review it within 30 days of submission. If the claim is incomplete, WSATA will request the documentation and the company will have 15 calendar days to provide the additional information that's needed. And always keep an eye on your email during the time you have a claim out to respond to any requests from your claim coordinator. If the claim comes in complete, WSATA will just process it and it'll go through the approval process. Payment may take up to 14 days to be distributed to the company from the time of approval. The total claims process takes about 4 to 6 weeks. Now, that being said, we just implemented our new ACH payments, and that just happened like a few days ago. Enroll today at our website if you wish to get your payments by ACH. That really speeds it up. It takes, maybe even a couple weeks off the process. It goes immediately into your bank account. So you can sign up for that at the website at www.wasata.org. Now, here are some tips for success. Prior to your activity, I always recommend to sign on to your WSATA account and verify that the country market you're doing your campaign is listed and you have a budget for it. And that all the products, check your product list, and that the products that you're going to be exhibiting at the activity are approved. If you need to make any updates or changes, they must be submitted online through your dashboard and approved prior to your event. When ready to submit your claim, save some time, upload your documents onto your computer or laptop for easy use in the claims process. And our online program accepts several different document types. And another tip is to total your expenditures. Get that number. You'll need that number on the first screen when you are putting in your claim detail. Now, resources for success. Well, you'll be meeting with me probably more than once during the process. As the FundMatch liaison, I provide program and marketing activity specific consultations. Reach out to me at diana@wasata.org and I can assist you with simple questions, or if you need to have an actual meeting, I can schedule that as well. Also, keep your FundMatch guide handy so you can look up any questions you may have. And there's always example claims and tutorials that you can look at in future. This particular session today will be uploaded and you'll be able to access it. Now, in case you're here and you do not participate with WSATA yet, how you sign up is go out to www.wasata.org and click sign up. You fill out the details of your company and the WSATA team will vet and approve your company. And at that point, after it's approved, you're able to log in and look at all the different opportunities offered in our Export Readiness Program, our Global Connect program, and the FundMatch program. And as always, thank you for today. This is the end of our presentation, so I can take questions now. I did want to mention something about Costco demos. You know, we get many of those, especially on international markets. And keep in mind that their documentation comes really complete with photos and everything. So if you do work with them, it will definitely make the process easier for you. If you ever have any questions of me, contact me at diana@wasada.org. And this is my number. And that's it for today. So what kind of questions do we have? Do we have anything at all?
Hi, Diana. It's Christina here.
Hi, Christina.
I have a couple, well, two questions, but I can wait my turn on the second one. Eureka, the Wines of California trade show, is an approved, I guess, event pavilion with WSADA. So knowing that, if we participated in it and we wanted to claim our registration, however, we didn't have the origin statement on our booth. In that particular case, because it is just Wines of California, that's the whole premise of the event, would it still be applicable for fund matching?
Well, a couple of things. First of all, what city and state is that in?
It was in Calgary, Alberta, as well as in Toronto and Montreal.
So it was in Canada.
Yes.
So it did need to have an origin statement present. You're saying that you didn't have one?
I didn't have signage on my table, but the whole premise of the event is put on by Wines of California.
Interesting.
So you can't have wines from Uruguay or France there. So it's kind of, I understand your rules, but at the same time it's redundant.
Yeah. Okay, then what I would like for you to do is I can't really speak to it unless I see something. So if you could send me a photo of your space and where you were at, that would be helpful. And then I can send it on to our claims processing team and they can give us a determination on that.
Okay, wonderful.
I really appreciate that though, Christine. I appreciate you bringing that up.
Yeah, because you know, I know in Montreal I took pictures with the statement, but in Toronto and in Calgary I didn't. But at the same time, you can understand why.
Right.
I might not see it as totally necessary. If it was just a regular trade consumer show of all countries, then absolutely.
Right. Definitely, if you could add that to your email, add your premise to that email so that, you know, that can be taken into consideration as well.
Perfect. The other thing is, so we have a partnership with a very big sports team. And so part of the partnership allows us to leverage those visuals in market. So it's not another wine brand, but it is another brand that we're sharing on the POS. Is then the claim amounts prorated, or is it still split 50-50?
Do you have that brand listed as an approved product on your application?
Well, it's not a wine, it's a sports team, so I don't know if that's I wouldn't have.
So you're sharing it with the sports team?
Yes, but there's no other wine brands.
Yeah, good question. That's a good question. Do you have a shot of what that looks like?
Sure, I can send you some visuals that we've used in market.
That would be great. And then I can have that addressed as well.
Okay,
so
I'll send that in the
two
same
things.
email.
That'll be your homework. We have two things to look at.
Okay, perfect. All right. All right. That's it for me.
All right. Thank you, Christina. Anything from you, Elsa or Jing? Well,
Sorry, I kind of have a question. And when you were mentioning about Casco Japan, well, not Casco Japan.
Yes.
We were with Casco Japan. The reports for the demos. I submitted 2 this year, and I always forget. And I think it is because maybe I don't know how to subtract the cost of a product. Is it a big deal if I just enter the full report and let you figure it out? I mean, that's
Oh, absolutely. What we'll
okay.
do is we'll get that invoice. It line items it, right, Elsa? And
Yeah.
it has like a line item just for product, and we just crossed out and we
Okay.
put, product ineligible and do it like that. So yes, absolutely. Just
Okay.
go on ahead and send your entire invoice with the photos. Make sure that you have them take photos and do demo reports. And yeah, the ones that I've seen from Costco are very thorough and they have every single thing there. So whether we need it or not. So it's very
Okay.
good.
Awesome. Yeah, last year those were ineligible because we didn't have the our logo. We thought it was good enough like with our product, but now we learned and we have our logo printed there. So those have been
Great.
successful. Thank you.
Great. Well, thank you so much for the question.
Yeah, thank you.
Jing, did you have anything?
Yes, hello.
Hi.
Yeah, thank you for your time. I think it's very good to refresh the demo tasting. And I have another question. In fact, it's about the wrap because the ATP is expire end of
Oh,
September.
yes. Mhm.
So any update for the wrap? Will that start from
No
October?
updates yet. I do know that there are updates coming and we'll announce it on our website and you'll like automatically get probably a push email on it when it's received. But yes, there's a lot happening with RAP. I don't know any of the specifics yet. We're not going to know until it's all funded and everything's signed for it. So yes, absolutely. We will keep you in the loop on that.
Okay, yeah, the notification about the wrap and the wines to get that much money is nothing to do with us yet, right? We should wait for more updates later.
That's correct. Wait for more
Okay.
information.
Okay,
Great.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for joining today. I think we can conclude now and get you back to your day. Take care, everyone. And remember, if you have any questions at all, just send me an email and we can even schedule a meeting if you need to be. Take care,
Thank you so
everyone.
much.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.